hate you. I am so scared. I've just been talking to people about ghosts. Well, I didn't believe it either until I saw one for myself. I'm serious. I hope it didn't follow me here.
I would say 30 years ago or something, Wanda was raped by a biology professor.
And tried to give herself a coat hanger abortion. Another one is she starved herself to death up there.
Behind us is the D400 hallway, which is usually where Wanda frequently haunts.
Nobody's apparently ever seen Wanda. She just does, haunting things, and she'll play tricks. If she doesn't like you, she'll play tricks.
Start talking to this kid. He's just like, hey, I want to go back to my room, watch Fight Club. So like, get back into his room. He freaks out. Apparently, the mattress that was currently on the bed was on the floor. His stuff had been in both closets, was now in one closet, and a bunch of his little knickknacks had been rearranged. He had no roommate at the time, and the RA had not been in his room.
My bed frame was against the wall because my bed was on the floor. The bed frame started sliding sideways. And the other time I went to close my door to lock it, and it bounced. So, I opened it, and the lock was sticking out. So I unlocked it, went to close it again, it bounced again. I was like, what the hell? The third time I did it, I looked around the corner, and the latch just went click, switched back. And I was like, oh, shit.
And we were just sitting around, like, listening to music and everything. And she started throwing stuff around the room.
Well, back in the mid-90s, I was helping out the engineer, and he had an EBS machine from back, the old emergency broadcast system. And one day that machine had activated because someone had sent a test, and he wasn't there. I had a key to his office, the engineer, and I walked up to his office door, which was locked, and the EBS machine was blaring inside. I could hear it. And the only way you could turn that machine off was to actually press the reset button. It was a pretty hard button to press, but before I could even get my key to the door, it shut itself off. Or I think Mrs. Smith was actually the one who probably shut it off. And so I kind of turned around and just tipped out the door real quick and decided, okay, I guess all I've heard about Mrs. Smith in this building is true. But I actually went in there the night before it was demolished, about 9 o'clock, and went walking around with a flashlight with our station manager, and no ghost jumped out at us. And so now the building's gone, and I guess Mrs. Smith either moved over here with us or she's gone to the building.
We're on our way to Goatman's Bridge. Legend has it, if you park your car on the bridge, turn your car off, and flash your lights 3 times, a ghost will appear.
The old legend was that there was a guy that used to have goats, raised goats out there. And one night they came out after Halloween, and half body was a baby, and the head was goat's head that was attached by the neck, and there was no way that it could have been surgically done. It was the bone was attached, so it had a head of a goat and the body of a baby. There's a bunch of them hanging from the bridge.
Okay, now the bottom of a hill, right?
We're gonna turn right at the next railroad track.
I think we took a wrong turn. We're at the Chins Chapel Cemetery now. I think we need to turn back the tape to, Okay, so we're lost, so we decided to stop at this local gas station to ask for directions to the bridge.
It's the babies, the half babies and the half goats.
I think we found Goatman's Bridge.
Because he said there's a big place you can hunt. This sign says Wildlife Management, hunting with permit. This is it.
Old Alton Bridge. What is that? Oh my God!
We're going through it! I think I'm through it!
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I think he's gone. I'm never going back to Goatman's Bridge.
As the years is ending.
Tom?
30 seconds.
Music? Music? Stop tape. All clear.
Did you know UNT has its own radio station? It's called KNTU, and it's on 88.1 FM. They play jazz from 6 a.m. until midnight every day. In fact, it's on right now.
University of North Texas.
We're on the air 18 hours a day, every day of the year, even Christmas Day, from 6 a.m. in the morning until midnight every night. We have 3 different departments people work in: news, sports, and programming. News has about 20 to 25 students in it right now, mostly volunteer. Some earn course credit for their work. Sports has about 15 students in it that put together sportscasts, just like the news students put together newscasts. And then the programming department is where all the DJs volunteer, and they're the ones who actually play all the music on the air. And there's about 25 DJs that are here on any given semester. They work 3-hour shifts, either Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday or Sunday. We have about 35,000 to 40,000 listeners, according to some of the Arbitron estimates.
We do special programs where we've had Lab Band Madness on the air during our pledge drives, live from the Murchison Performing Arts Center, different things like that. We also have special premiums that we offer during these pledge drives.
Came to your pledge drive.
Yeah, am I going to be running?
Hi, I'm Drew Phelps. V, is that a no or a yes? A no? Yes. I can't hear you.
Drew Phelps on the one for jazz from a CD called Round 2. At that tune was Mr. G. Let's see if Drew's with me now.
Hey, V.
How are you, Drew?
I'm doing great.
Well, I'm glad that you're here in the studios during the KNTU Pledge Drive.
This is what we call ENCO. It has all the ads and the IDs, all the breaks that we play from this computerized system. They're all programmed into here. Right now, we're running the board for the Louisville Fighting Farmers football game that's going on tonight. We've got Kenny Bryan out at the field. You know, they've got their setup there, and it just comes into the station, and I just hop the board and run the breaks.
We're here covering the Lady Eagles game. It's been actually played in Nevada, but I'm here at the station to cover the breaks and keep contact with the play-by-play announcer and make sure everything runs smoothly so that you all get the greatest quality you can.
I'm Megan O'Keefe.
And I'm Chad Howard.
And we anchored the late edition for 88.1 KNTU FM.
We are back.
That's all
basically.
we do. Yeah.
72 degrees at 5:30. I'm Chad Howard.
And I'm Megan O'Keefe.
Thanks for joining us for the news hour on this Thursday, the 8th day of November.
The Firefighters Union postponed a Madison Square Garden memorial until after Mayor Rudolph Giuliani leaves office. It charges Giuliani's reduction in the number of firefighters working the site.
My name is Gene Siskel.
And I'm Roger Ebert. Basically, he's Russell Foreman. I'm Jacob Jones. I'm the news director here at KNTU. All right. I'm Russell Foreman. I'm the assignments editor here at KNTU. I'm also the Tuesday, Thursday morning, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. DJ, and I'm one half of the News in Focus.
Yeah, I would be the other half. I don't have to wake up as early on Tuesdays and Thursdays as Russell does here. But I'm the news director here at KNTU. I'm Jacob Jones, and we do the late edition program weekdays at 5:30. And as Russell mentioned, I work with him on the News in Focus. That airs Thursday evenings at 6:30.
And Friday mornings at 9 a.m.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us.
Very good. Bye-bye.
My name is Laban Cook. I'm a producer for NT Notebook.
I'm Rebecca Hinckley. I do the voice work for NT Notebook. It's a show, it's about 1 minute, airs about 5 or 6 times a day, and it tells people what's going on around the University of North Texas.
That's great. Well, we have another tune from Drew that we're going to play for you, and it's called Glitter. And this is the only place on the dial that you can hear great jazz. It's so easy.
My name is Jada. You can catch me on KNTU 3 to 6, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
All right. Any further questions?
Be a part of it?
Great. That's a wrap.
Okay.
Don't forget to listen to UNT's own KNTU, the one for jazz, every day from 6 a.m. to midnight on 88.1 FM. I'm Robert Kam for NT Scene. Hi, my name is Robert Kam. I've been talking to students on campus and getting their opinions on the war in Afghanistan. We are so fortunate to have our freedom, but in a time like this, the most important thing we can do is exercise our freedom, particularly our freedom of speech. I set up a camera in front of the free speech area at the Union to give you the opportunity to speak your mind about the war.
What are your feelings on the bombing in Afghanistan?
Well, personally, I don't think that bombing is the answer and it's going to solve our issues. I don't think that we're going to reach the people that are responsible for the terrorist acts, and I think that a lot of unfortunate people that live in Afghanistan or that are under the Taliban rule are going to unfortunately be the ones that are harmed.
I do agree that this war is necessary, but I also feel that we have to keep in mind that this is a war against a particular corrupt government that has attacked us. This is not a war against people. This is not a war against Muslims. There's been a lot of outbreak of dislike and some hatred against them here in the United States, and that's very misguided. You know, Muslims in general are not our enemies. They're our friends, and we share this world with them. Our enemies, we have to remember, are just the Taliban and the people who attacked us. Let's not get overzealous, and let's not turn this into a crusade. Let's keep this war where it belongs.
America is reaping the harvest of what they've sown throughout years of bombing folk and getting into everybody's business. We have this ideology as Americans that we are the big brother of, you know, all nations. We need to get wrapped and entangled in everybody else's circumstances. And so now, I mean, if you keep oppressing people and if you keep getting in people's business, eventually they're going to retaliate.
I believe that this is a biblical war, and war is biblical, and so I think it is okay for us to fight and to kill people as a punishment. That is in the Bible, and some people come back and say, well, what about turning the other cheek? Yes, you should turn the other cheek in a personal situation, as in if someone cuts you off on the side of the road, you don't go chase them down and chase them off the road and kill them or something. That's different, that's personal. But when it comes to state against state, country against country, something of that sort, all these thousands of people died, there has to be consequences for your actions, or else there's no discipline.
How you doing? I feel that organized religion tends to discriminate and promote hatred towards different types of people, and whenever you set standards that what I believe is right and everyone else is wrong, there's a bunch of problems, and I think organized religion really isn't helping the world much right now.
The only side that we hear is what bin Laden says, and everyone knows he's a whack, but, you know, that doesn't mean that their whole nation is whack. You know, they got serious issues that they've got, and they want to tell us, but the media won't play it because then that may make us look like bad guys.
There's a possibility that we're over there doing something that we don't know about. The government could be doing something over there that is pissing them off, besides the fact of the huge culture clash. I mean, our culture totally is the opposite of their culture, and so that is definitely what brings up a lot of the controversy or turmoil between the two countries. But for them to do terrorist attacks, I mean, this weekend, supposedly something's going down this weekend.
Today, yeah. The malls, supposedly, big rumor, don't go to malls today. Halloween, that's today, don't go.
Yeah, so, I mean, we have to do something. We just have to be very careful and be very smart about it and not jump into anything too fast and judge something wrong. Something very simple we could judge wrong, and then, oh, bad stuff would happen.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this war could be avoided altogether if humans would just cut back their stupidiness, their stubbornness, and their pride, and learn to realize that we're not indefensible. And then, quite frankly, commerce, government, religion are constantly going to be excuses for humans to want to destroy each other and commit war until we learn that those aren't really real. So until we can find ways to stop war, you know, live with it. It's going to happen.
What are your feelings on all the American patriotism since the
I think that if that's what gets them through, that's fine. You know, I've had a lot of people get really offended on my views on the resurgence of the patriotism. I mean, I'm glad in certain respects, because a lot of the youth in America today are very spoiled, and there was a lot of, you know, dissent about the United States, and they didn't really have a real grasp on anything on the global sense and what happens in other countries. And we've been very fortunate to, you know, speak out against what our government does, and also to, you know, embrace what our government does. So I think that I don't know. I mean, personally, it doesn't do any good for me. But, you know, if that gets somebody else through, that's fine.
Do you watch the news?
From time to time.
Do you feel like the news is covering enough of the worldwide issues of the war?
No, I think they're just focusing on the stuff that only affects American citizens. But that is important. But they should also look at the things that affects the people in Afghanistan that don't have anything to do with the war, and the people in the Middle East that are not even Islam and have nothing to do with it, but they're getting treated bad just because they have the same skin color. But no, it's not covered good enough.
All right, I think the war is fun because our lives are pretty boring and uninteresting, and when we get to start on the TV and see things exploding, it's kind of fun and interesting, and it's real, and it's something that's actually happening, not some TV show. So it's making life a little bit more interesting.
I believe that any step that would procure a safe environment for individuals to practice liberty in the United States is completely acceptable for the United States to engage in. In other words, that if it involves just killing terrorists in order to preserve American safety and liberty, then it is completely justified.
Yeah, I think we should pretty much bomb the whole country and get it over with.
Are you finding it's hard to speak your mind when you hold the opinion against the bombing?
Yeah, I think that people are making a lot of blatant statements, and I hear a lot of rhetoric. A lot of people just like, you know, repeating what George Bush says, you know, we've got to be precise, and they're cowards, and they hide in caves. I mean, just a lot of like buzzwords, and I don't think people are really like, you know, taking it in and thinking for themselves and thinking what it means to be in a war and to bomb other people, and the things that we do and how they affect other people, and you know why people would want to retaliate against us. I think that's the real issue.
Thank you to everyone who took the time to speak your mind about the war. Well, now it is time for me to speak mine. I cannot justify going to war for any reason at all, and I do not support the bombing. Some may say this sounds anti-American, but it is only because I love my country so much that I do not want to see any hatred toward us result from our actions. It was painful to discover on September 11th that there are people in this world that hate us so much that they would sacrifice their lives in revenge. I think in order to resolve this hatred, we should remove our troops from the Gulf and cease funding of Israel's military efforts. Thank you, America, for giving me the freedom to speak my mind.
Oh, hi! It's cold out there. Do you remember me? I'm Sandal. Did you know that I have a magic carpet? Well, I do. Do you want to go for a ride? Well, just close your eyes and let your imagination provide everything you see.
Are you ready to meet up with Sandal in the clouds?
Ready.
Okay, here we go.
Sandal, where are we going?
I think we're going over the Tropic of Cancer. Or is it Capricorn?
You don't know where we are going?
I think I know where we're going. I just don't know where we're going.
Sandal's Magic Carpet is a musical, and it's on CD. It's rated G for all audiences, and I think all ages
Angel,
would
who are
enjoy
those
it.
people down there?
Those are Aborigines.
Wow, Aborigines. Hey, Angel, what is that girl doing up there on the vine?
Looks like she's walking on it.
Angel, it looks like the Aborigines are worshiping her. What is that they're chanting anyway?
It means Vine of the Angel.
Oh my God, she's falling!
We better save her!
Oh no! Sandal meets this angel, boy angel, and they go on an adventure and they meet up with a girl angel. And the boy angel and the girl angel fall in love and they sing a song together.
They don't sing a song together, we cut that.
Oh, yeah.
Sandal, she is the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
She's very attractive.
And she's an angel. You know, it's not every day that you meet an angel.
Well, I don't know about that one. I've met 2 today. Oh, and then Sandal meets a little caterpillar named Alfie, and he always spells things. Hi there. What's your name?
A-L-P-H-Y.
A-L-P-Y. Alfie, I'm Sandal.
How do you spell sandal?
S-A-N-D-O-L. Oh, and they meet an alien named Adia. A-I-D-I-A. As Alfie always spells. And they're trying to save the animals of the Amazon. So they ask Adia if they could bring these animals to his planet so then they would have a new home to live in.
Suddenly, the entire Amazon forest is teleported to another world.
Alfie, we're back in Adia's world. And so is the Amazon.
Mommy, Amazon is spelled A-M-A-Z-O-N.
We record all of Sandal's Magic Carpet at Adia Records studio in Denton.
Animals of the Amazon, sing with me.
This is how you hear. You've got ears. And so it records this 3-dimensional sound. That's how we record our scenes.
Sandal's Magic Carpet is on the internet at www.adiarecords.com.
Sandal, www.adiarecords.com is spelled www.aidiarecords.com.
That's right, Alfie.
We actually have a website now. Sandal's Magic Carpet is featured on www.adiarecords.com. So you can go to that website and you can download MP3s of episodes A, B, and C. Smoking cigarettes is crazy. Makes you cough. Makes you hazy. Oh,
This camel riding cowboy is finally gonna quit those filthy cigarettes.
I hope you had a wonderful time on my magic carpet. Remember, my name's Sandal. Have a good day.
Hi, kids. Do you know what the best thing to be in the world is? That's right, a squirrel. Squirrel.
To be a squirrel, 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 to be a squirrel. It's the best thing in the world to be a squirrel, 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 to be a squirrel. It's the best thing in the world.
Squirrels all have squirrely faces, and they sleep in squirrely places. They squirrel around all over the ground, gathering the nuts that they found. Squirrels move all around in squirrely ways. They sing and dance about squirrely days. Whether you're a boy or whether you're a girl, there's no finer thing than being a squirrel. Squirrels all have squirrely names, and they love to play squirrely games. Don't squirrel with me or you'll get played, cause I'm the squirreliest squirrel that was ever made. Squirrels move all around in squirrely ways. They sing and dance about squirrely days. Whether you're a boy or whether you're a girl, there's no finer thing than being a squirrel. To be a squirrel, to be a squirrel, to be a squirrel, to be a squirrel, to be a squirrel. It's the best thing in the world to be a squirrel, 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 to be a squirrel. It's the best thing in the world, to be a squirrel, to be a squirrel, to be a squirrel, to be a squirrel, to be a squirrel. Squirrels all have squirrely faces, and they sleep in squirrely places. They squirrel around all over the ground, gathering the nuts that they found. Squirrels move all around in squirrely ways. They sing and dance about squirrely days. Whether you're a boy or whether you're a girl, there's no finer thing than being a squirrel. Squirrels all have squirrely names, and they love to play squirrely games. But don't squirrel with me or you'll get played, cause I'm the squirreliest squirrel that was ever made. Squirrels move all around in squirrely ways. They sing and dance about squirrely days. Whether you're a boy or whether you're a girl, there's no finer thing than being a squirrel.
Open, it looked better, and I did get a little bit of you, so we have to do it anyway. But let's try it again. Ready? And action.
I think he's gone. I'm never going back to Goatman's Bridge.
Cut.
That'll be a good outfit.
Action.